What up? What up? Top of the top. What's up? What's good? We up early back again. What's up? Good morning to the family. What's up? I see y'all early. Latasha Jordan, Randy Nichols, Miss Jackie. Hopefully you feeling good this morning, Miss Jackie. Jeanette, what's up, Jeanette? How you doing this morning? Chevy T. What's good, y'all? I see y'all the first here in the building. What's up? Y'all already know we about to rock and roll. Good morning, Rondell. What's going on, sis? What's up? I see you ready this morning. I see you up and ready. That ain't nothing new. ASAP Auto, what up? Well, today is June 1st. We getting deeper into the summer. We about to start the summer this month, even though we getting that summer weather. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna keep going. Good morning, Miss Linda. Happy to see y'all this morning. Yeah. We back again. You already know I'm for no fame. Top of the top. What's popping? What's cracking? What's good? Yeah, we're going to talk about some things today. Like today, I'm going to get into something Soulja Boy said. I was reading a little clip, something Soulja Boy was talking about. He was talking about how the O.G.s failed. The O.G.s failed the younger generation. And a lot of people don't want to talk about this, but I'm going to touch on it. Good morning. I see y'all pulling up. Miss Danielle, Sassy, I see y'all. Hunter. Yeah, the O.G.s failed. That's how a lot of the young people feel. Not just going to say younger, but people, even you got people that's in their 30s and 20s. They felt like they had to learn the hard way. A lot of us did, but the question today is, did the O.G.s fail the younger generation? Soulja Boy, he brought up the question, and I'm going to touch on that. Also, I don't know how many people have been paying attention because I know everybody don't watch sports, but Deshaun Watson, who plays for the Cleveland Browns, he did play for the Houston Texans. He had 22 allegations of sexual misconduct, sexual assault, whatever. He had 22 accusations. Now he has a 23rd accusation. And I'm going to get into this topic because it goes into a whole lot. And I'm going to get into these accusations just a little bit. 23 accusations is a lot. So I'm going to get into that. Also, I'm going to get into how I'm going to talk. Oh, yeah. Also, with Master P's daughter, they trying to say it's possibly she could have died from fentanyl. It's very possible. They said they found paraphernalia. They did a toxicology report, and they saying that it could have been fentanyl. So once again, y'all see how it's going down. Also, I'm going to touch on how it was a shootout at a college campus, and the elderly woman was the only one that got shot and killed. And the two dudes, well, it was dudes shooting in the parking lot of a graduation, and somebody's grandmother got killed. I'm going to get into that. Also, I'm going to get into a couple other topics. Like, yesterday I was talking about Shanghai, China, with how they've been locked down for 2 months. Well, come to find out, what I did not know is Shanghai has 25 million people, and they saying Shanghai being locked down is part of the inflation. But another thing I did not know is that one of Tesla's biggest factories is in Shanghai, China. You know, Tesla is Elon Musk. And we also know the Buffalo shooting happened, but Tesla also has a warehouse in Buffalo. So weird things have happened in 2 locations of Tesla warehouses. Not saying they got nothing to do with nothing, but all I'm gonna say is there's some weird stuff going on out here. And also, I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna get into the economy. I'm gonna get into a few other things, but I had to let y'all pull up. John Shaft, what up? Zen God. And this episode 185, and you already know how we do. We grinding, we getting to it, we getting through it. Let's go. All right. I don't know where to start, but I think I'm gonna start with Deshaun Watson. Why not? I'm gonna start with him. All right, now Deshaun Watson, right? He's been being accused of basically doing little foul, dirty things with massage therapists. Now, let me say that he is innocent until proven guilty. These are just allegations. It's just weird that he has a whole lot of allegations of the same behavior. And we do know the easiest way to slander a man is to make him to be a sexual deviant, or accuse him of being gay, or accuse him of being a snitch. Those are the 3 top forms of slandering a man without necessarily having proof. And then that individual has to prove themselves innocent in the long run. But a 23rd female massage therapist is now suing Deshaun Watson after watching the HBO special on the quarterback. For those that don't know, they have a special on HBO that's been playing, you know, the same way they did R. Kelly with the Survivor R. Kelly. They got an HBO special on Deshaun Watson and some of the women that are accusing him of behaving inappropriately. And basically, the image that's portrayed of Deshaun Watson is he's like a serial sexual assault person. Like, he stalks out massage parlors and places like that, and he tries to get women to perform certain acts on him. That's what they're trying to make it like. He's just a weirdo that, you know, can't get a female, can't go to the strip club, can't do nothing but go to massage parlors and sexually harass women. This is the image being portrayed on him. Like I said, it's all allegations. But HBO is doing a special on it right now. Now, for some people that don't know, because I know everybody does not watch sports. Now, Deshaun Watson just got a big multi-million-dollar deal. He just got traded to Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns. He's going to be making a lot of money. He's going to be starting for the Cleveland Browns this year. Last year, he was sat down. He didn't play. This year, he's going to be playing. So a lot of his so-called victims, they are pissed and they feel a certain way that he's being prosperous, nonchalant, not showing no compassion or remorse for these allegations. And this is what made the 23rd woman pop out. Another thing we have to also understand is that this Deshaun Watson thing is not even in criminal court. It is all civil suits. So he's being sued by 23 people as of now. None of them are pressing criminal charges against him. So you got to keep that in mind too. But earlier this month, you know, this particular woman popped out. Long story short, they all coming out and saying it was, you know, dealt with inappropriately by Deshaun Watson. And this particular woman says he violated her on 3 separate massage sessions. And they say he's been doing this since 2022. This is where his allegations come from. Pardon me, since 2020. And he's been back and forth in court for the past 2 years. But this particular woman said after seeing Watson publicly refuse to take responsibility for his actions, saying he had no regrets, and his lawyer repeatedly calling the woman liars, the particular woman, Miss Smith, decided enough was enough. And like I said, Watson has not been charged with criminal, you know, he's not facing no criminal charges. So my point is this. For one, that is a good question why they're not taking him for criminal. Another thing is, I'm not giving him no pass because he could be a weirdo. I don't know. But all of these women are saying the same thing. Basically, he will go get his massages. He'll go, and then, you know, he'll try to make reference to other things that he wanted them to do. Now, I did see one situation where one of the females that claimed to be a victim, she was speaking on how she didn't want to lose her job. And some of these masseuse parlors are owned by certain people. Like, they're owned and then they have workers. So sometimes the owners would pick specific women that they felt like he would want, or he would make requests to the owner of these shops on which particular woman he wanted. And this is another example of when you get too much money and you start doing too much. Like, I'm pretty sure Deshaun, when he was broke, he wasn't going to no massage parlors and all of that. But for years, a lot of people don't know that a lot of these massage parlors are fronts. They've been fronts forever. They've been right in your face. You just didn't know what it was. Mostly Asian people working there, whatever. Spas. You always see them in a secluded shopping center. You're going to always see them with dark windows, somewhere real secluded, looking real small, looking real innocent. But some of these massage parlors, sometimes it is sexual things that go on in the back room. Sometimes it is. Sometimes offers are made. I know a lot of y'all heard about happy endings. Well, some of them are ran with happy endings. For those that are square, that means after they finish doing their work, a happy ending might end in pleasure. And they pay a little extra money for that. So that happens in a lot of massage parlors. And yes, you do have a lot of massage therapists. Some of them did used to be strippers and dancers, and some of them did used to work in adult entertainment. Yeah, some of them do. But my point is, like I tell people, sometimes it's your appetite that'll get you caught up. Now, this man could be straight innocent, 100% innocent. Good morning, Layla. I see y'all. Flat right, what's up? Like I said, right? It's your appetite that get you caught up. And like I said, I'm not going to keep repeating the same thing over and over. But you judge a person by their works and by the things they do, by the things they're attracted to. I told y'all if it was R. Kelly appetite that got him locked up. It's his appetite. It's Deshaun Watson appetite for wanting to go to all these parlors that got him caught up. Not saying he did nothing, but being that he fit the profile of a person that likes to go get massages, it's easy for them to put these allegations on him like he's some type of pervert. Because they basically trying to make it like he always in a massage parlor trying to get rubbed on by some female. Even though it's for your muscles, it's for attention. It's not for nothing sexual. But we know a man is a man, and a man is just natural. If you got a certain pretty female rubbing on you, ain't no telling what, you know what I'm saying? That's a man. So that's basically what I'm saying is, it's no guarantee just because he's being professional that he's not going to feel a certain way, or you know what I'm saying, or not saying that he's a pervert, but the woman could naturally make him feel sexual just by getting that massage. So my point is, maybe he could have just been hooked on the feeling of getting rubbed on by pretty women. That's not my point. My point is his appetite of frequently going to these massage parlors that got him in this situation where they could put these type of things on him. Let me break it down to you. It's the same thing, right? You don't sell drugs, you don't do drugs, but you always hanging in the trap. Police kicking the door. You ain't doing nothing, but you just in the crib chilling. You get caught and you go to jail too because you're around all these drugs and drug dealers. I'm showing you it's your appetite. It's the people you be around. It's the things you do that get you caught up. And sometimes people do be straight innocent. But when you constantly putting yourself in certain situations, what you are doing is setting yourself up for failure. That's right. Good points. I'm gonna run through the chat too. See, these are good points. Good point, Millie. See, it says some of these accusers also continue to communicate with him via text after they accused him. That's a fact. That's why I said it's tricky. Because out of 23 women, it could be one woman telling the truth. It could be 22 lying. It could be all type of people lying. And some people was trying to benefit. Then you got some people, you know, he might have not been breaking them off that money like he said he was. Or he could have been portraying certain interests of some of these women. And then when he didn't, you know, follow up, you know, they get mad. Or the powers that be could have rounded up all these people and made these allegations. Because let me make this clear. He was going through it with the you know, the Houston Texans. They gave him a lot of money. He wasn't happy. He wanted to leave. And right when he was trying to leave, and he was flirting with leaving, like what he was doing was like, he wanted to lead the Houston Texans. So what he did was he went like on a world tour of talking to other teams. Like in one situation, he went to New York and he put on some Jets green and was basically making a subliminal statement. I might go with the Jets. Then he went to San Diego and then he threw on some Chargers gear, you know, the San Diego Chargers. And he was trying to make it look like he might go sign to the Chargers. Either way, he was taunting the Houston Texans organization. He was taunting them and basically making like he wasn't going to play for them no more. Then all of a sudden, next thing you know, all these allegations came against him. Now, you also got to remember, sometimes these NFL teams do have certain contracts with some of these massage places, or should I say, some of these massage places strategically place their business around where these athletes work at. They put them in an environment where they know a lot of athletes work, be around, football teams, basketball teams. These are the locations these particular spas purposely go to. They go to these areas. Some of them might have contracts with some of these teams. I don't know. But I do know one thing. The NFL is deep. And it's not hard for them to go out to these massage parlors and talk to some of these women. The same way, you know, you could pay a massage therapist to work on you. Somebody could walk to them and get them a certain amount of money to lie on you. When you're dealing with these type of cases, when this man is due hundreds of millions of dollars, they can go around and pay each woman a couple thousand just to put these allegations on him. Like, that's how easy it is for somebody to put allegations on somebody. But it's a thin line because we don't know. So it could be true. It could be lies. It could be a little bit of truth with a lot of lies. It could be a lot of lies with a little bit of truth. See that? But like I said, my point is, if he wasn't taunting the Houston Texans, he probably wouldn't be in the situation. If he wasn't constantly going to these same places, he probably wouldn't be in the situation. Like, if I got a certain amount of money, I can personally hire a massage therapist. I can hire one or two, and they can pull up to my estate whenever I need them to. And shit, we could do it in the backyard or something. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to be in the crib. It's ways to do a lot of stuff. So it's just showing you once again, just because you got money, if you don't think smart, you still could be caught up. Now we got to look. 23 accusations is a lot of damn accusations, and this is a civil suit, so that all of them are suing him. Now I know criminally he didn't do nothing. Like criminally he didn't take no box or nothing. He didn't you know, I didn't hear no reports of him, you know, grabbing on their private parts or nothing like that. But they were making it like he was trying to put certain pressure on them to do certain things that they didn't want to do. And like I said, one of the women said she didn't rebel because basically she needed her job. But then she said eventually she quit. And just like, you know, what Millie said, that he communicated with some of them after the fact. So that's another part where he messing up at, because it was business. Then that's like making it personal. That's like making it personal. You know what I'm saying? So he jammed himself up. Honestly, he jammed himself up. He did. Because, like I said, when you put yourself in situations like this, it's easy for you to get set up. That's like, I'm gonna be real. That's like a man going to a gay bar saying he's straight and he ain't gay. Like he could be really straight. You could be straight. You might go in the gay bar, sit right at the bar, get you something to drink, and leave out. Somebody see you, they gonna say you be going in gay bars. And you ain't do nothing but going to have a drink, but it's the environment you in. You gonna get that label put on you. That's what people got to understand. You are guilty by affiliation and association, and then you got to fight to prove that you innocent. Layla says perverts stalk their prey, so it wouldn't make sense for him to continue to keep going to the same massage spot in order to get the woman comfortable around. That's a fact. I believe that too. That's why I say I believe that too. Because remember, sometimes the more money you get, that's just the more of a fool you are. So if you're a sexual predator before you get money, you got money, you're gonna feel like in your mind you can have any woman you want. And it's not the fact that we gotta look into the psyche of this. Like, you know how we say a rich person can have any woman they want, but sometimes that's not it. Sometimes they like to flip people. They like to flip women. You know, they like to flip women. They like to control women, break women, tempt them. You know, he might get a kick out of the fact he can make a professional nurse, you know, do certain things. That could be his turn on right there. Like, that's how it works. Some people actually get off the control factor. Some people get off the fact that they can make you do something. Or some people think that money they got. See, when they got that money and they know people to do anything for that money, sometimes that's the rush. Sometimes that's the turn on for them. Like how I can make this woman that's straight legit, clean, married, whatever, single, don't matter, professional. She might not even know me like that, but I can make her do whatever I want because I got that money. Some dudes get a kick out of that. Some dudes, that is the turn on. Some dudes, they don't want nothing easy. It's not a challenge for them. Some of these dudes do. And like you just said, Layla, sometimes that is the behavior of a predator, meaning he know he can keep going back and he can have his way with these people. And it does sometimes, yeah, when you have a certain status, they do got to move a certain way because he knows if he goes in a strip club, he's going to get a certain amount of attention. And at the same time, if he got a girlfriend and he want to creep and sneak out real quick, he can't just sneak and creep out with anybody. He get caught up. So like you said, it's better for him to go where he's comfortable at and try to get his little rocks off. You see? When you say, I watched the special and I think he had sex with some of them afterwards, but they're claiming it was consensual. Uh-oh, if I'm not mistaken. See, it go a lot of ways. Like I said, I'm pretty sure some of it was consensual, some of it was finesse, some of it was a lot of lies. And I'm just telling you, I could see it clear as day. But like I said, if he wasn't frequent in these places, he wouldn't be caught up in this. See that? So my point is his appetite. And I'm definitely going to pay attention to it because, mind you, NFL's, they're in training camp right now. So season start in September. And meanwhile, these cases are picking up steam. And it's an HBO special because HBO, they like to cash out too. You see, these big companies, they love this type of accusations. They love this type of hype. It's like a saga. It's a drama series. They love it. And they get the profit off it and capitalize off it, off of his destruction. Whether he destroyed himself or his appetite destroyed him, either way, it's going on in real time that while he's being accused, HBO is running a special. Meanwhile, they're getting closer and closer to a new season starting. And meanwhile, the lawsuits are adding up. And in his mind, he's going to beat it. He's going to be okay, or he's going to be able to pay it off. That's how he's moving. So he's not worried. As you see on his face, this is after him signing with the Cleveland Browns. He's not worried about nothing because this is America and money talk. And let's be real. We don't like to admit this neither. Just because people beat cases in court does not mean they're innocent. We know that. It's people that go to jail for stuff they didn't do, and it's people that get off for stuff they actually did. So this is America. We don't got to play. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not here to be no judge. I'm just saying that this case is picking up a lot of traction, and it's getting kind of real messy, and it's very, very confusing. And they all want his pockets. None of them want him to be locked up. So that could kind of mean he didn't do nothing too crazy, but this could all be a setup by the NFL. You know, when they wanted Colin Kaepernick out of here, they got him out of there. So this could be a whole setup. And sometimes when they want to get you, who they get? Sometimes they get the ones closest to you. We don't know if, private investigators went into these massage parlors, talked to these women, found out their relationships. You know, they might have got a couple offerings of some brown bags, and they went with the story. We don't know, because all you got to know is he is due a lot of money, and they're trying to take that money from him. The NFL is trying to take it, as well as people are trying to break his pockets. You know what I'm saying? And as of right now, he's not worried about it. And maybe he actually is innocent. But y'all know how this goes. In the court of public opinion, he is being crucified right now as we speak. So this is what they're saying. Now they saying his last deal was $177 million. Between $177 million and $200 million. Good morning, Miss Carla. So as you can see, you can give an estimate. He's rounded off to about 200 mil on the table. We definitely know he got over 150 mil recent. So they want to take that money back, and a lot of these women want to get paid. I mean, with all that money he got, he could pay all of them $1 million, and he still would be straight. I doubt if they're gonna get $1 million, but I'm just saying that's how he could pay them off right now. $1 million a piece, shut up. 500,000 a piece, shut up, and the case can go away. But from what I understand is he's fighting, and he's not saying he did nothing. So that's Deshaun Watson right now. But the 23rd victim has pulled out, popped up, and she pulled up, and she is out there. And the special is on HBO, so you can catch up with it in real time. And, you know, I'm going to check up on it and see what's really going on, because they coming at this man. And my thing is, this is my only thing. If this man really did do some of this stuff, 23 sexual, that would make him a real weird sexual predator. And he would be considered basically a massage therapist stalker. A massage therapist predator. That's what this will make him if it's true. Like he just a serial massage therapist finesser. And he can't control himself. So hopefully he ain't do this stuff, but public opinion is on this man. And they saying this nigga is weird. Yeah, it is like a Me Too movement. It kind of is. Because I ain't gonna lie, that's sad, but it is easy for people to just get together and say you did something and it could stick. You know what I'm saying? It could stick. All they gotta do is say me too. But that's it with him, man. And hopefully this man is not a serial rapist or serial assaulter. But they on his neck. And that's it. That is what it is with him. Now, another thing in the NFL, because the NFL stands for not for long, for some people that don't know that, it stands for not for long. Most of their careers don't last long. Most of their careers end tragic. A lot of them, when they careers over with, they broken up, used and abused. Only, like I said yesterday, only a lot of these players that actually got college degrees, those are the ones that actually make it in the end, as well as those who made the right investments with their money and had the right team around them. Those are the players that actually become successful after their run. The ones that just get the check, try to ball, do all this extra stuff, a lot of those sports players end up broke or messed up. But another NFL player has died. And his name was Jeff Gladney. He's from the Arizona Cardinals. He was a cornerback, first-round draft pick. But he died early Monday morning, him and his girlfriend. They were found dead in a white overturned vehicle around 2:30 a.m. And they saying that he was speeding and clipped a car. And he clipped the car, hit a beam, and flipped into a glassy area. The car did a whole bunch of flips. And him and his girlfriend was found dead in the car. Now, magically, or through the works of God, as some would say, the car he hit had two occupants in it. And the car he hit, the two people were okay. They were fine. Nothing happened to the two people that he hit. But he hit these two people and he crashed into a pole and did a whole bunch of flips and was found dead in a car. Him and his girlfriend, NFL player for the Cardinals. Now, we also know a couple weeks ago, Dwayne Haskins, NFL player, dead. They trying to say he had drugs in his system. But lately, a lot of NFL players have been dying. Some of them have also been assaulting people. NFL, not for long. So that's why they praise Tom Brady like that, because he's been in the NFL for over 20 years and still playing. Career going very smooth. I was watching the WNBA yesterday for a minute, and I seen Tom Brady and his wife was chilling at the WNBA game. And I was just like, damn, I didn't even know he watched WNBA. But my point is, Tom Brady represents the successful longevity NFL player. 20 years. And they say the average career of an NFL player is 3 years. Because a lot of them get used and abused and they get disposed of. Most of them. But Jeff Gladney, for the Arizona Cardinals, balling out in his car. They didn't say what kind of car it was. I'm pretty sure it was some type of fast foreign. Balling 2:30 a.m. and killed himself. Took himself out. See that? So once again, like I said, sometimes the more money you get, the more of a fool you become. And sometimes the money is what destroys you and take you out. Your own money. I see y'all. But this is what goes on in the NFL. A lot of tragedy happened. You got coaches being found mysteriously dead, players mysteriously dead. A lot of weird stuff happens in the NFL. But they say the NFL stands for not for long. So maybe Deshaun Watson, he won't be at the top, or he won't be having that money, not for long, because all of them got them lawsuits on them. Also, something weird happened yesterday, and it happened at a college. Just to show you how the country is going. Now, I thought when somebody went to college and graduated, that mean they made it. That mean they got out the streets and they did the right thing. But two men was shot and an elderly woman was killed at Xavier University in Louisiana, New Orleans. Now, it was the campus of Xavier University, but the graduation was actually for a community college, Morris Jeff Community College. Basically, their graduates had received their diplomas. They was out in the parking lot. Shots was fired, and an elderly woman suffered serious injuries after being shot and was pronounced dead at the hospital. Now, the two men, allegedly, I'm going to say the two men that got shot was the two men actually getting shot at. It just so happened the two men that got shot at, they got shot, but they didn't die. And an innocent woman, basically someone's grandmother, got shot and killed going to the graduation. Now, could you imagine that if you graduated and you told your family to come and your grandmother come to your graduation and she gets killed in the parking lot after the graduation? That's why I said you can't make this stuff up. What's up, Miss Deja? Chicks 1000. What's up, y'all? Can you imagine your grandmother getting killed in a parking lot after seeing you graduate? So, like I said, we've been seeing these mass shootings. Is something like this not considered a mass shooting when you just spray up a parking lot? Yeah, a lot of people didn't get shot, but two people got shot and somebody's grandmother got killed. So in my opinion, whether it was beef or not, it still is a mass shooting. To me, a mass shooting is anytime somebody let go the clip and let off a whole lot of shots. That is a mass shooting. Mass shots, mass shooting. So when I see stuff like this, it just show me something that, like I said, you taught that when you go to college, that's taking it to the next level. You know, graduating from college is a major accomplishment. You go to school, you study. You know, you perfect your craft. You finally make it to get the diploma. And in the parking lot of the school, after graduation, shots get fired on you. This is showing us the savage, animalistic type of people that's walking around right now. And yes, a lot of them, they're going to look normal. They look normal. But I'm telling you, it's a whole nother breed of human beings. They have created a whole nother form of life. Because some people don't understand that a person, you can make a breed, you can breed your own people. Like how you breed a dog, you could breed a people to be just like a dog. In my opinion, they have been breeding these past couple of years, creating a whole different type of human being. Like, I was talking to my people the other day, and I summed it up. I was thinking, a lot of this basically comes to a person's heart. Comes down to your heart. How you treat people, how you deal with situations, it has to do with the heart, your heart. You see, we might look the same and think the same and talk the same, but we all do not have the same heart. And my opinion is your heart is what separates you. Some people call it a moral compass. It's your heart and your mind too. But sometimes it ain't the mind, because the mind could trick the body. The mind, sometimes the devil could be in a person's mind and have them doing shit they ain't supposed to be doing. but your heart is what keep you leveled. It's like what they say about a person that's a killer. They don't have no heart. They don't look at life how you look at life. A person, let's say a person that's a Chester. They don't look at children how you look at children. See, you look at children like they're innocent. They're supposed to be protected, looked over. A same person looks at a child from a perspective of love and care and stuff like that. But a person that's fucking weird and sick, that don't have no heart, they look at a child as something totally different from you, opposite. I'm just giving examples that everybody don't look at things the same, and it's your heart what judges situations when it's all said and done. It's the compassion that exists within a person's heart. And an animal, a savage, don't have no damn compassion. Why you think some animals could just devour other animals and don't think twice about it? That's their lifestyle, to devour. But that same lion or cheetah, you try to mess with one of their pups or one of their cubs, they're gonna tear your ass up because they got love for theirs, but they ain't got no love for you. So my point is, it all comes down to the heart. And some people out here don't have no heart or compassion. That's what makes them animals. And we gotta pay attention to that in this new world we in, that everybody is not gonna think like you. Everybody's not gonna have the same feelings that you have. Yes, they're gonna pretend, they're gonna disguise it, they're gonna say all the right things, but their heart is not gonna allow them to show the proper love they're supposed to show. So my point is, when somebody can shoot up a parking lot at a graduation, they couldn't wait to catch him off campus. They couldn't wait to catch him tomorrow. When a person do shit like that, it just shows you that people are dehumanized already. What's up, Royce? They're already dehumanized. And they look like human beings, but they're not humans. This is how we know that people have been cloned. I'm talking about you could be cloned in your brain. You could be the same body, but cloned in your brain. How many times have you knew a person and you might ain't seen them for years? Whatever reason you ain't seen them for years, when you see them, that person ain't the same person no more. Mind you, some people change for the better, some people change for the worse. But have you ever seen a person and you know they just wasn't the same? Or certain things you was talking about, they didn't remember? Sometimes people be clones. They mind be cloned. They still be in that body, but that ain't the same person no more. People are not people no more. You was taught from movies and stuff that vampires, they wear black capes and they got fangs. And no. Vampires wear the latest fashion. Drive nice cars. Remember they dropped a show called The Devil Wears Prada? They was telling you how it worked. The Devil Wears Prada, Gucci, Fendi, Nike, all of that. They look just like you. And sometimes they look better than you and be doing better than you. That's how it worked. Then you ever notice how Dracula live in a damn castle? Dracula represent a person, a man with money. But he's still a vampire. And he gets off on sucking the blood out of people. Like we were just talking about Deshaun Watson. I was speaking on how it don't matter how much money he got. He could get a thrill off of just, you know, having his way with people. Some people like to have dibs on other people's soul. They love it. They love it. When you could feed on somebody's soul, for a vampire, that's a good meal. Yeah, you got energy vamps. You got physical vamps too. You got people that love to see bloodshed. Yeah, we know about people that drink blood. We know about all that too, but we got people that love bloodshed too. They love it. So my point is what I'm saying. Everybody's not human. Everybody ain't who you think they are. I'm just being real. I'm being 1,000 with you. And we living in a time now where people are showing who they are more than ever. They feel like they don't even gotta hide it. How many people you had outright tell you they was on Demon Time? How many people have embraced the slogan Demon Time? But like I said, that's how your reality was able to be altered and controlled, because you think Demon Time is natural. You think it's regular. So when somebody get Demon Time on your ass, you ain't gonna think it's real. You know what I'm saying? A culture of Demon Time has been promoted. I'm telling you, everything opposite of being a human being has been promoted. Everything foul, everything backwards, everything that means no good has been accepted as normal. It's cool. It's okay. So those are the signs that let you know where we at right now. So now it's like if I was graduating, I would have to tell my grandmother just stay home because I don't know, it might get wicked out here. Did that just how I go now? You don't know what's gonna happen. And the whole point is, it's a mentality. That's what I'm trying to tell people. We can blame everybody. You can blame who you want to blame, but it's a mentality. Salute Wax Dog in the building. I see you, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the mentality. Don't look. Man and woman, humans have become so corrupt. Everybody don't think the same. So like somebody said in the chat, the only people that still think the same is the people that was embedded with the right principles and morals. And remember, your principles and morals, they are tied into your heart. Because when something ain't right, you feel it in what? Your heart. You feel it. When you're dealing with feelings, you're dealing with the heart. You could do something mentally, you know ain't right, but your heart gonna tell you that shit was foul, it wasn't right, it wasn't good, or whatever the situation is. That's why you ever heard that saying, change your heart. But some people had their hearts turn cold. That's why I'm telling you why a lot of us are never going to see eye to eye, and we ain't never going to get along. Because, sir, too many people have been turned sour. That's just what it is. You see, many fruit could be grown on one tree, but every fruit on that tree is not going to taste good and sweet. It's not. Some are going to be rotten. Some are going to taste disgusting, sour. That's all dimensions of life. So I feel like the sooner we get that through our head, and the people that really are strong and really know what time it is and really focus and really are good people, it's the good people got to just create a whole new path and just keep it pushing. Because there's certain people in place, they not going to let us have no peace out here. They not. And that's why right now we in the spiritual war. Take it or leave it. I'm going to keep speaking on it because that's what it is. You got people trying to take your head without using weapons. You got people trying to destroy you with no gun. You got people trying to break you that don't even know you. That's why it's spiritual warfare. And a lot of souls are getting snatched. And a lot of people are going to be leaving this physical plane. That's all I'm saying. So when I see somebody's grandmother get shot at a college graduation, I thought you went to college. That means you made it. But how did I make it if I'm you know what I'm saying, my family is still taking a loss at my graduation? Showing you everything is backwards. Showing you everything is backwards. That's all I'm saying. So rest in peace to that particular woman that lost her life at this college campus in New Orleans, whatever you want to call it. Xavier College where this happened, Xavier University, but it was a junior college, a community college that had a graduation there. And this is where the beef started cooking. And this is how this woman ended up dead. So also in New Orleans, Master P daughter, well, you know, she died in LA, but he's from New Orleans. They said Master P daughter might have died from fentanyl. And they say that the LAPD is trying to find exactly who sold her the drugs. But like I said yesterday, you know, Master P, he spoke out like, you know, he said the only way we're going to heal and grow from this is with the truth. But what I didn't know is he said his daughter has been battling with this since 2015. So his daughter has been fighting with drug addiction and stress for 7 years. But like I already been telling people, they already know half of America is stressed out. They know a lot of Americans have turned to drugs. And magically now, all of these laced drugs are floating all around. And Master P daughter might be a victim of that Fetty. So if she did die from fentanyl, that would mean Master P daughter got caught up in the overdose epidemic. When you see a celebrity OD, you already know that the people in a regular town, they don't got a chance. So as of right now, Master P saying his daughter has been battling this since 2015. So basically, for the past 7 years, Master P daughter has not been happy. And she's been going through it. And no matter how rich her dad is, he could not get her no help. Oh, good point. See? Millie says the mama introduced the drug lifestyle into the household. That's why they're divorced. Wow. Maybe we can go back to when Master P used to drug deal, his girl used to get high. Who knows? And sometimes the more money you get, the more you get high. But one thing I will say about Master P too, though, Master P is a slick dude when it comes to making himself look innocent. I ain't gonna lie about that part. Like C Murder was going hard for Master P. If you disrespected No Limit, C Murder was gonna pull up on you and check you. Period. C Murder is part of the reason why No Limit didn't get violated a lot. C Murder is one of the key people why, you know, No Limit made it through a lot. And Master P noticed. But there's times where I heard him throw his own brother under the bus. I noticed one thing about Master P. He always try to make himself look innocent and perfect. And I know that's not true. And I'm telling you, whenever somebody try to be too perfect, too innocent, I watch people like that. And he always talking about God. And I'm not saying Master P is not a good dude. But I know Master P, you played the Hollywood game. You was out in them streets. I'm pretty sure a lot of people died at your hands too. Not at your hands, but I'm just saying. There's suspect stuff around you too, Master P. That's all I'm saying. So I know he ain't perfect. That's all I'm saying. So 7 years of his daughter going through it, that's a lot. And like I said, I'm not gonna speak on that man's family. And like I said, I hope it wasn't no sacrifice. Hopefully it wasn't. Because it looked to me like now he's trying to make himself the spokesman for mentally challenged people and substance abuse. Who knows? Anyway, Master P do his thing. But let's really think about it. Let's be real. I'm gonna say it too. Let's be real. What did Master P really do for us? What did he really do? What did he really do for New Orleans? What did Master P really do? Made a lot of good music. He also got songs like Making Crack Like This, all of that. Breaking down how to make crack, all of that. Yeah, Master P was about that smoke in his early days. Yeah, he was about that smoke, that murder. The same thing we call drill rap. Master P was making that type of music back then. I ain't saying it was drill, but it was talking about crime and street activity. That's what blew Master P up. We know Master P made movies like I Got the Hookup. Some people feel like all his movies was trash, ignorant. He made a lot of money, but what did he actually do? I don't see nothing he really did for people. So that's all I'm saying. So that's why I say I don't see him praise none of these people. He got a lot to say, yeah. I also remember when he tried to give Kodak Black advice, and Kodak Black said, "Nah, I'm good." Kodak Black was trying to hit Master P. He felt like Master P was trying to finesse his pockets. So sometimes the life you live and the things you do, sometimes it come back to you. And sometimes it come back through your children. And I'm not saying it's no karma, nothing like that. I'm just saying, he said his daughter was dealing with this for 7 years. It's a long time. It is what it is, man. More mess. Let me get into Soulja Boy. So I don't want to forget Soulja Boy. I've been going on for a minute. But Soulja Boy opened up and made a statement of how the O.G.s felt the younger generation in the game. He was talking about the rap game, but this also applies to real life. Basically, he was saying that the O.G.s didn't put a lot of the young ones under the wing. A lot of O.G.s like that. I mean, in basketball, LeBron James the same way. He like to trade his young players. He don't like to play with young. And sometimes it does have a thing to do with jealousy. Sometimes it does have a thing to do with jealousy, competition. And then on the other hand, you got some older people, O.G.s, feel like young people are hard-headed. They don't listen. They always in some trouble. They always going against the grain. And some people feel like they don't want nothing to do with the younger generation, or should I say the generation that's younger than them. But Soulja Boy did have a point when he said how most of the O.G.s failed. Now, we can look at this too. We can look at when Soulja Boy came in the game. We can look at the rappers that came in the game before Soulja Boy. And we can say that Soulja Boy and some of the people from his generation is actually still doing good. And most of the rappers that were out before Soulja Boy, they're not here no more. Or they all the way fell off. All the way. So Soulja Boy kind of got a point on that. A lot of the generation that came in, I say like 2007, 8 and up, 9 and up, they did figure out certain moves to make, which still got them good right now. And Soulja Boy has always invested in a lot of things. And you remember when Ice-T was beefing with Soulja Boy, when Ice-T called him trash. But we see Soulja Boy still making his money. Ice-T, his fame for the past couple of years really came from Coco and Law and Order. Nothing to do with music. Ice-T ain't starting no label. He ain't put nobody on. My point is this, that is part of the Woody Lynch program of the old against the young. And it has always been like that. And it's always going to be like that. But one thing I will say is, yes, you have a lot of people that are older, they're stubborn. Some of them are haters. You got some older people, they're not haters, they just don't have patience. And at the end of the day, a lot of older people did drop the ball for many different reasons. Selfish reasons, hate. Or then you got older people or O.G.s that try to manipulate and finesse a lot of younger people. And the younger people became victims, and then they got wise and they said, you know what? F them older people. Because they took advantage of me. That happens a lot too. Then one thing I said in the street, this is what I learned from the street. A lot of older dudes that's older now, back in the day when some of these, these kids now, they older, right? They in their late 20s, mid 20s, early 30s. People forget back in the day, like when a lot of the drug dealing, street behavior was going on. A lot of these kids were young and they seen a lot. A lot of these kids, they seen some of these OGs sell drugs to their mother. They seen some of these OGs abuse their mothers. They seen some of the grimy ways of some of these OGs. They looked up to some of these OGs just to get disappointed and their feelings hurt. It's a lot of things that transpired that made the younger generation not respect the OGs. So yeah, OGs come out and say these young niggas, they don't respect da 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 da. Yeah. But one thing I will say about the younger generation, they do respect their elders. Just they respect their elders individually. You see? They respect their elders individually, meaning they pick and choose which elders they respect. That's it. Because it's different ways on how you get respect and different ways on how you conduct yourself. You see, it's a difference. Like the younger generation, it's simple. The younger generation, they might respect Jay-Z, but they won't respect Dame Dash. You see what I'm saying? That's how it worked. They respect individually. But my point is, a lot of OGs did fail. I'm talking about older men and older women. I ain't just talking about older men. That bond got lost. See, when I was young, I was around the OGs. The OGs embraced me. And they kept me in my place. But it was due to the fact that it was an open door for me to always, be able to communicate with the OGs. That's what made me smart growing up. That's part of why, you know what I'm saying? I think the way I think now, because I was raised amongst OGs. I was able to be around certain conversations and I took in a lot of information because it was like that. Back then, the older heads, they wanted to put you on. They wanted to school you. They wanted to pull your coat and say, yo, what you doing, that ain't right. Or this how you should do that. They would personally check you because that's what they wanted to do. That's what they did. And when you was younger, when we was younger, when I was younger, I knew my place because if you came out of pocket to the wrong OG, he'd put hands on you on some disciplinary type of action. And you had OGs that were so solid. If they put hands on you, there's nothing you could do because if you wouldn't have got your family or somebody else, they might have got dealt with. So the point is, the OGs tapped in with the younger generation and vice versa. That's how a lot of us grew up. You always hear the same stories about how younger dudes, they was hanging around the older dudes. Then they started, trying to get money. Yeah, it was a lot of manipulation going on, but it was a lot of teaching going on too. Because some of the OGs felt like they was the one that put the drugs in your hand. They ain't put the gun in your hand, but once they seen you had a gun in your hand, you had drugs, you out here moving crazy, their job was to pull your coat and check your ass and school you how to do things correctly. Yeah, it sounds foul, it's backwards, but that's how they did it. So now, when somebody young is doing their thing, the old head just say, look at him, that nigga stupid. The little nigga don't know nothing. And sometimes the old heads or the OGs, they actually plot and plan on that younger person to fall off. It's the same thing with women. A lot of the younger up-and-coming women are winning right now. They are winning. And some of the older women that might have didn't get successful as they wanted to for whatever reason, it's some older women that hate on a younger woman. They just do. They call them stupid. They don't know this. They don't know that. But my point is, all of this created a tension in the community. It created tensions. It created internal beef, and that's another war that's going on. People don't might want to realize it. All powerful. What's up, y'all? I see y'all. That's another war going on in the community. It's called what? The old against the young. Like I said, back to Willie Lynch. What's some of the wars we got going on? The old against the young. We got the male against the female. What else we got? Oh, we got light skin versus dark skin. What else we got? People who think they look good and other people they ugly. So we got so many internal wars. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. It's already over. There's so many internal wars going on. But one of the last wars on the war front is old against the young. Now, this is my whole point. If it was a serious war going on, if it was a serious situation and everybody had to come together, the old and the young are not going to be able to come together because what? They don't even see eye to eye, and it ain't no respect. It ain't no respect. You see? And we can go into a whole lot of different scenarios on why it ain't no respect and how things is different. You know, the young heads feel like them old niggas is washed up. And the old heads feel like them young niggas are stupid. You know what I'm saying? So either way, it's no coming together. But I will say that the O.G.s did drop the ball for many different reasons. You also going to learn that throughout every generation, they make it like that on purpose, where it's always a disconnection. They always do this. And that's part of the warfare they pull. Now, let's think about other communities. In other communities, is it the old against the young? Do older white men get along with young white boys? Do they still teach each other stuff? Just look at all nationalities. But that's part of my point. Old against the young. So this is why when you older, they try to have you latching on to everything old. Everything that you grew up on, that's the end all and be all. Like I was in public yesterday, and a particular woman was talking about the Bobby Brown special, because I told you Bobby Brown is on A&E. He got a special right now. I told you, he cashing out. But my point is, in my mind, I'm thinking, older woman, yes. From Bobby Brown era, yes. And she talking about Bobby Brown like he's something new to talk about. And in my mind, I'm thinking, why are you still talking about Bobby Brown? And you talking about shit we already know. About his drug behavior, about his kid. We already know. But my point is, they already know you're going to latch on to the people that's from your time. That's how they keep you in a certain mind state, a certain pattern. You still worried about Bobby Brown. You still worried about people you grew up with 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 15. You're attached to these people. Because these people represent a certain era that you come from that you just don't want to let go of. That's what all this stuff means. It's psychological. You see, I like a lot of the old music. I like a lot of stuff I grew up on. But guess what? I don't waste energy on that shit no more. Because I have passed that stuff. Now, if I want to hear a good old song, yeah, I listen to it. But I'm not going to no Wu-Tang Clan show. Because you know why? This ain't 93, 94, 95, 96. Now, I remember when niggas was young trying to go to a Wu-Tang concert and the ticket was $50. That was a lot back then. $50, niggas like $50. But that was the whole Wu. But my point is that time passed already. What I look like still trying to go to Wu-Tang shows. That's not my point. My point is they would try to have me trapped up in everything from my era. They try to keep you stuck in a particular time capsule. This is what creates the old for the young, because now I don't care about no drill. That's trash. Nigga, I like Wu-Tang, nigga. I like Nas. That new shit is trash. See? It creates a mindset. When you ain't gonna understand that we in a new different time now, music has changed, and some of the new music, they saying some stuff too. They just saying it different. The beat is at a different frequency, but it's still music. It's just upgraded music to another form. But when you're in a time capsule, your ear sonically can't even capture the new sound that's being displayed. That's right. And like I said, I'm not knocking none of the old artists. It's not wrong with going to none of the old artists. Let me make that clear. What I'm saying is you cannot be stuck in that same mentality because it's not back in the days. Like, there's nothing wrong with going to a Keith Sweat concert because he made good music. That's the only way you're going to get to hear some real R&B. And remember, the old R&B and the old hip-hop music, guess what? That is our old soul music now. Our generation, that is our soul music. When I want to hear soul music, I got to go listen to some old hip-hop or some old R&B because that's the only music that had soul to it. Real feeling. Real music that touch your soul. And people that know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's certain music, or I'm going to say this. Everybody knows certain songs that you can listen to that can make you happy. It's people know, but won't admit it. It's certain rap songs that's so real can make you cry or shed a tear. It's certain rap songs that can get you hype and make you want to dance because that is our old soul music. That was our music that spoke to the soul. And it's just happened to be our old rap music, our old hip hop, old R&B. That is our soul music of this generation. That is our gospel. You dig? So when I want to hear old gospel or old soul music, I throw on something from the 90s or maybe the 80s. Because that's when the music was pure. That's when the music was to the soul. The people that went in the studio, they dropped it from the soul. When you bought it, it went straight to the soul. That is our soul music. I told y'all, that's why you'll understand. They changed the whole frequency. They changed the whole sound of music. They changed the way music hits your body. That's part of why they took the bass out. Music now has no feeling. You can't name a song that'll make you want to cry or shed a tear. Name one rap song make you want to shed a tear. And I ain't talking about because I'm talking about because there's so much truth and facts in the song. It's so much, the song, the lyrics are so powerful that you feel it. That music ain't like that no more. That's the only difference in the music is how they changed up the frequency and took the soul out. See? That's why I'm telling you, that's why now they can give a microphone to anybody, and anybody can try to be a damn rapper or singer because we know they use auto tunes, all that extra shit. It has no soul. So therefore, I could put anybody in the damn booth, but he's not going to touch no souls. A lot of people going to hear it. That's what you call a one-hit wonder. A person you just hear for a long time, it becomes a hit. But when it's all said and done, you don't care about it no more. Why? Because that song ain't had a real feeling. It was a gimmick. But I'm telling you right now, everybody that's listening to this video, I know for a fact, if you're from a certain era or you know about music, it's certain songs you can count on one hand or you could pick and it's going to give you a certain feeling. Every time you listen to it, you will get the same feeling from that song. Why you think so many people still love R. Kelly? Because his music touched a lot of souls. And there would never be another nigga that could make a song that would touch souls like him. Because the whole frequency of music has changed. Now they got rappers singing and singing on auto-tune. So when T-Pain blew up over auto-tune, actually what was happening was they was creating R&B singers that could sing and blow up without having soul to their music. Fast rewinding your mind about all T-Pain hit music, all the hit songs. Which one of his songs got soul to it? What's a T-Pain song that when you hear it, you feel it, and you say that boy could sing, or the topic he was singing about touched you? No, because he was dealing with auto tunes, and T-Pain was part of the people they used to take the soul out of R&B. These were different formulas, because they also know that what music calms the savage beast. Who the savage beast? Well, I guess they was trying to call us savage beasts. Oh, so now we listen to a whole nother music that actually brings out the savage beast in us. Feel me? Make me shoot the whole block up. Make me unload the whole clip. So instead of putting out music to calm the savage beast, they put out music that brings out the savage beast. You get it? What's Megan's song called? I'm a savage. Huh? Classy, savage, huh? Talking about how basically devouring niggas' pockets. F that girl, go savage on these niggas. It's in the music. But then they'll promote that music, go savage on a nigga. And then years later, those same women will be talking about how it's no man that loved them, niggas ain't shit, and I can't have no man to stick by me and have my back and love me. You know why? Because for the past couple of years, it's been promoted that go savage on that nigga. You see, this how they mess us up. In the 80s, they were promoting for women, no romance without finance. In the 80s. In the 80s, they were promoting you got to have a job if you want to get with me. That's what we promoted for a single woman. They were promoting single women in the 80s. And then it went into the 90s. Did they not have a show called Living Single? They promoted women to be single. But when time went on, these women had kids. Then they realized these the same women that was crying about they can't get a damn man. Because you don't understand the way they promoted you to be single when you was younger. So when you got older, you won't have no man to actually love your ass, or you won't love a man, and you gonna have a broken household because you was taught to be single and fuck a nigga. Fuck a man. I do my own thing. All this shit was promoted. Same thing with niggas. What they promote? Niggas ain't, look, bitches ain't shit. Fuck a bitch. Then nigga get older, talk about, nigga get older, now you want to complain about he can't find a wife. There's no more good women out here. Because nigga, your whole life you promoted fuck a bitch. Fuck that bitch. So they get you to promote, they get us to live out these lyrics and songs, which creates a behavior. And then when we get caught up in that behavior, they switch it to another behavior. That's right. No scrubs. All that was part of the agenda. All that, no scrubs, all that. Because sometimes that one that appears to be the scrub could sometimes be the best pick. See, a lot of time women don't know the game. Like, yeah, you got that nigga with their car, but it's the nigga in the shotgun sometimes to get the nigga the gas money. Get the nigga broke. You know what I'm saying? It's sometimes the nigga with the car, the nice car that don't never have no money. But the nigga that's the nigga ride a shotgun, he might consider the scrub. He might be the nigga with the job, the hustle, and he the one that keep this nigga lit. He supply the money. So it go a lot of ways. But I'm just showing you how we've been trained to live our life off fucking music and songs that they already understood the recipe. We pay these niggas, we get them to say what we want them to say, and that's what it is. People don't understand that. Like, for people that been in the rap game or been at these labels and understand, we understand that they have people like A&Rs. The A&R job is to critique the lyrics, say, no, you should say this, say that, take that out, say this, say that, no. A lot of people don't know the process they're going to making albums and making songs. Sometimes rappers have good intentions, but by the time they get to the A&Rs and the you know, the producers, they want to change lyrics up, they want to take stuff out. They'll say, oh, nah, that ain't cool. Man, you got to say this. Get niggas to flip their lyrics, and next thing you know, they might have that nigga singing a whole opposite song of what he meant to put out. Because the song, this is what I learned. The songs that these labels put out have to fit the criteria of the actual agenda being pushed. So let me bring it back once again. Let's go back to the 90s. The 90s, the whole purpose of the 90s was to promote mass incarceration. You see that? We gotta take this back, because I'm seeing some things right now, right? You gotta remember in 1991 when George Bush got on national TV and pulled out all that crack cocaine. He actually was promoting crack cocaine, in my opinion. Then you'll see after that, New Jack City, all this stuff came out in the 90s. Menace, all this crime. Remember, all the crime, all your best crime movies, all your best black crime movies came out in the damn 90s. You will never, ever top the gangster movies that came out in the 90s, because they got the best film directors, they had the best budgets, they had the best agenda behind all of them. The 90s, when George Bush came out with that crack on national TV, after that, you'll see damn near everybody and their mother wanted to sell crack. From the movie, because mind you, they was working us two ways. They was working us in Hollywood with the movies, New Jack City, stuff like that, juice. And then the music, they turned up on gangster rap. So they was killing us with the visuals, killing us with the ear listening. And amongst all of that, it was all about VCRs and Walkman, playing music in your headphones. Because they know in your headphones, it's easy to brainwash yourself in the headphones faster than out of a speaker. But my point is this. You're going to see during the 90s. Now, Bush Sr. set it off with the war on drugs. He pulled out all that crack on TV. And I'm thinking, where the hell did he get all that damn crack from? But he put all that crack out on TV and announced the war. Then you're going to see all the movies that came out, especially all of the music, started coinciding. What else happened after George Bush pulled out that crack cocaine on national TV? We will see a couple of years later, a couple months later, who went to sit down with George Bush Sr. Eazy-E. Eazy-E went and sat down with George Bush Sr. What was Eazy-E's music specializing in? Nigga, nigga, nigga. Nigga, 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 period. Then in about 92, now mind you, George Bush showed the crack in 91. See, I got a good memory. I remember I was in school and I seen that commercial. I seen that on the news. But my point is this. George Bush flashed the crack in 91. Then I could just say in 92, Death Row Records just so happened to come out. 92 is when Snoop made his debut. 92, they started making all the street hood movies. Like I told you, what's the movie that came out in 92? Deep Cover. What was Deep Cover? Undercover cop selling drugs. Which a lot of people don't understand to this day. Remember, it was a lot of dirty cops in the early 90s. And guess what they was doing? Selling drugs and killing niggas. Because some of these dirty cops were sanctioned to sell drugs and to get people on the street to work for them. So in 92, they put out the movie Deep Cover with Lawrence Fishburne, still a classic movie to this day, which been showing us about undercover cops, ops, and informants and all of that. And Deep Cover came out in 92. Snoop Dogg came out in 92, 187 on Undercover Cop, which brought us Death Row. Because in the early 90s, they was already planning on having a lot of niggas on death row by the time it was over with. Also, 92, 93, all this around the time Wu-Tang came out. Nas, we had all these other gangster rap, Ghetto Boys. Just go through the list of the early 90s. You'll see all the gangster rap came out. The hardest gangster rap started coming out. Cool G rap, all this. But all of this really was death, kill, go to jail music, period. I'm going to sum it up to that. Death, kill, go to jail, get high, nigga, kill yourself music. That's what all that was. And then you'll see around the same time, George Bush went out, and then guess who came in office? Your man, Bill Clinton. He came in office. I say he came in office about 93. Yeah, around that time. And you'll notice around the same time in the early 90s, 93, 94, 95, all around that time, then Hillary Clinton, she come up talking about, and Joe and them, they start talking about this super predator. But mind you, Death Row had already dropped. Then Bad Boy come out. Bad Boy. Tell us a bad boy. A bad boy is a badass, a bad juvenile, a bad child. That's what a bad boy is. You know, a bad boy that deserves a spanking, a bad kid. You got Death Row, you got Bad Boy. Do you see the energy? Put these niggas on death row, create bad boys. Create bad boys, put them niggas on death row. Now, mind you, all the music they making fits the soundtrack of what's going on in life at that time. If you want to know what was going on in the streets at that time, all you gotta do is go listen to the early 90s music. Niggas was getting shot, killed, murdered, and the same thing that's going on now. But these were soundtracks to what these politicians was actually promoting. So you'll see by the time we was watching, look, when Menace came out, let me tell y'all something. See, a lot of people don't understand that. See, if you wasn't a teenager then, if you wasn't around then, you don't understand that when Menace to Society came out, every hood had a nigga that thought he was O-Dog. Every neighborhood in America, every city had a fucking O-Dog. Or they might have had 2 or 3 O-Dogs in their neighborhood. This is what happened. Every nigga thought he was O-Dog. And this is where we started seeing people start what? Killing. Is this not around the time, for my people that know, when we started having the conversations that they do to this day about what? How many bodies he got. We started having conversations about certain niggas in our hood that had bodies. Before that, we ain't know niggas that had bodies. You might have heard a nigga that might have killed somebody before, but you ain't know about bodies. See, this is when in the early 90s, it was a quiet conversations in the hood about niggas with bodies. And I know personally niggas that was walking around with 2, 3 bodies. And in the hood, it was underground body competitions going on. See, all this was coming from the agenda. See, mind you, the crack booming, everybody getting crack hustle money, everybody shopping, everybody's buying nice clothes, everybody's living a good life. And meanwhile, a lot of mothers getting turned out on drugs, a lot of grandmothers getting turned out on drugs, everybody getting turned the fuck out on drugs. And everybody who ain't taking drugs getting turned out on selling drugs. Yeah, that's how I grew up. Now, mind you, this is when catching a body becomes in style. Because everybody wanted to be like O-Dog. And he's just one of them. Everybody wanted to be like Bishop. And that's when I started seeing niggas trying to kill their friends. And just so happened, when we go look at the year, when you look at when Juice came out, all that came out around the same time Rich Porter got killed by Alpo. He got killed by his friend. Kind of like how Bishop killed Raheem. And you know what I'm saying? Hood TMZ, what up, bro? All of this was a process. You see what I'm saying? So meanwhile, they were promoting drugs. They would look, George Bush promoted the drugs, then put the war on drugs. Then promoted the drugs in the movies and in the music. And while that was going on, they was putting certain laws in place that would have niggas locked up for life. Because you got to remember, into the mid-90s, early 90s, niggas wasn't getting football numbers. See, that's what niggas forget. See, it was a time when niggas caught a body and you might have murdered somebody, got 25 years, but they used to come home. They used to come home after like 10, 12, 13 years, then they get on papers. Stuff like that. But this whole thing we call football numbers, all this shit came out in the 90s. Niggas getting 100 years, 50 years, 80 years. That all came out in the 90s. And I started seeing some of my friends, we was teenagers, niggas getting hit with 33 years and shit like that. That's why you see, when you hear a lot of the brothers now talking about how so-and-so and them just came home, these are niggas that got locked up in the 90s. They just coming home now. Because that was part of the mass incarceration operation of the super predators. That's how they labeled us as super predators. They put the movies out to promote the lifestyle, and niggas became super predators, super killers, super shooters. And this is when we already had Tech 9s in the hood, Uzis, Mac 11s. The same thing, ain't nothing different from a goddamn extendo. Nothing different. Innocent people's getting shot, the same fucking program. So I'm just bringing it up to date. When we see Joe in office, all Joe is doing is extending the same damn program that his homeboy started in the early 90s. The Clintons and them. It's the same program. Only thing switched is the drugs and the way they playing. But you'll see. Everybody wanted to be, then they started the East Coast, West Coast beef. Because remember, also at this time, on the other side of this token, a lot of people were starting to wake up in the 90s. I told you, a lot of people were starting to wake up. They started seeing a lot of the shenanigans, the games the government was playing. Remember, Rodney King, all that stuff. The racial tension got high. And what? Black people started really trying to come together. See, the riot representing blacks coming together again, because you got to remember, even in LA, in that Rodney King riot, that created a truce in LA. Blacks started coming together. See, the Rodney King incident created a truce. People actually started trucing. And due to hip hop music, people started connecting all over. You had the East connecting with the West connecting with the South with the East, and everything was connecting through hip hop music. So in order to break that up, what they did, they started the East Coast, West Coast beef. Who would they get to start the East Coast, West Coast beef? Because this is how we get the East to beef with the West, and everybody in between, they have to choose a side. And just so happened the headliners of the East Coast, West Coast beef was Bad Boy and Death Row. because bad boys eventually end up on death row. You dig? And this is part of the programming that they had going on. All this shit was a big ass program. And everybody got paid off that shit. You get it? And it's my opinion. This shit was a big ass program. And it was supposed to be manufactured in the 90s. This where they unleashed the plan. And this the same formula and blueprint they use right now. But I told you, everything gangster, everything they wanted you to do in the 90s, they put it in the damn movies and in the music. And what niggas do, they followed it like they knew they would. So my point is, by the end of the 90s, a lot of niggas was locked up with a lot of time. When it was all said and done, niggas we was growing up with, them niggas had life. Them niggas had 50 years, 30 years. This was the mass incarceration the first time. Now, a lot of these dudes are coming home, and guess what? They already shut down that generation because they knew this was the generation of the strong. But most of them are coming home now, and they broken. When I mean by they broken, they ain't gonna do nothing that's gonna put them back in jail. My point is this: they're gonna just be happy they're home, and they're gonna just stay out the way. But a lot of people was caught up in the politics of mass incarceration due to the fact that Hillary Clinton labeled you as a super predator, said that black kids, black teens are savages. Same thing they're doing now. And you'll see throughout the years, a lot of people got locked up and killed and murdered. This is the first time in the 90s when we first started seeing cities breaking records for having the most murders, which is another secret game or secret thing we indulge in of which city got the most murders. Oh, Baltimore, they body more. They got the title last year for the most murders. You see that? How they actually tricked us into saluting how many deaths a city got of fucking black people in the hood. We've been taught to brag about how many murders happen in our city. Like that shit is cool. But what people don't understand, that was part of the fucking game. Exactly. New Orleans was the murder capital. And it was the murder capital exactly the same time when Master P blew up. All you got to do is go back to 96. When Body came out at that same exact time, New Orleans was the murder capital of America. Man, I can't make this stuff up. So I'm just showing you how wherever you see these particular people, you're going to see a lot of crime. You're going to see a lot of death, a lot of bloodshed. And people voted for this man and had so much love for one man because this nigga knew how to blow the damn saxophone. Then they had all their paid comedians, paid actors, paid celebrities to root for them. Let me tell y'all this one last time because a lot of y'all don't get it through your head. Entertainment has been run by Democrats for years, forever. When you look at entertainment celebrities, all you had to know is they are the ones. All you gotta do is look at it. When you see it's time for election and all this, you're gonna always see it's certain people, the main ones get behind the Democrats. The Democratic Party controls entertainment. It's always been like that. Oh, you don't believe me? It's my opinion. Okay. Let's look at when Trump was in office. Was the whole industry not going at Trump? Now Biden is in office. The whole industry is quiet about Biden. You know why? Because the Democrats control the fucking entertainers. It's simple. What is Oprah? What is Tyler? What is Jay-Z? What are all of them? And who became the bad guy when he rode with Trump? I could have sworn it was Kanye West. When that nigga wanted to be a Republican, that nigga became the bad guy. I'm showing y'all the game. When it's time to rock the vote or vote or die, who does the campaigning? Who do they go to? The Democratic Party controls entertainment. That is their playing field. That is one of their toys. So that's why I'm showing you how we're in a hypocritical world. Hypocritical. See? People that hate the government but love celebrities. You get what I'm saying? But it's my point. It's my point. Salute Miss Jones. Salute A. Willis. It's my point. You seen when Trump was in, every celebrity has something bad to say about Trump. Now, since Joe been in, we know what type of job he's been doing. We ain't got to say much. My point is this. He has not faced not one backlash from nobody black. I'm talking about black celebrities, black entertainers. You have not heard not one negative word about Joe, period. Because they know what time it is. They know to stay in their place and shut up. They know who run them. That's all you got to look at. It's all politics. It's all politics. They all are quiet. Now, mind you, remember, when you in the news, when you a celebrity, you got to be fair. You got to call it how you see it. See, like me, I call it how I see it. I don't pick and choose sides. But they was picking and choosing sides the whole time. I'm talking about every celebrity, every person with a voice has something negative to say about Trump. That's cool. But my question is, why are these same people so fucking quiet when they see that Joe ain't doing nothing and he just showing you what he doing and nobody ain't saying nothing, period. They ain't saying, Joe, you need to step it up, nothing. Because they know why? Because they all bought, paid, and sold by the Democratic Party. That's what all that is. And they want to keep their money coming in. They're going to shut up. And when it's time to rig you up to get them votes popping, they're going to put them niggas to work and make sure they steer you in the right direction that they want you to go in. And the only reason why I'm bringing that all up, because what happened, y'all, it came out that what? Hillary Clinton was lying on Trump the whole time, getting federal people involved to lie. That's okay. That's one thing. But my point is this. How many celebrities had something to say about Hillary Clinton? Not one. I'm showing you something. It's real simple. Because they know Hillary had their ass out of here. They know who they work for. They know who cuts the checks. Tell y'all, man. A lot of your own people sold your ass out and took the check. Why you think they call gatekeepers? Why you think people hate the boule? Because remember, it ain't master that's really doing nothing to you. It's his goddamn gatekeepers. It's the gatekeepers that's in your way. That's the reality of this whole thing. We get mad at the higher ups. What about the people that's on the low level? The ones that's really keeping your ass off the steps. The ones that's really in your way. It's the low level people. And guess what? Them niggas ain't forced to go against you. They gladly, willingly sign up and participate to go against you. They do it willingly. But your brain can't fathom that. That's why I was trying to tell you that racism is also one of their games. Who's the main one that play the race game? Who's the main ones calling playing the damn race game? I ain't got to say no name. Who, when it's time to run for any office, who's the main ones that run slander campaigns and never really stick to the facts? What party really runs slander campaigns? Which party really controls the media? Where does Al Sharpton work at? I could have sworn he worked for NBC. Oh, that's why he ain't gonna say nothing about Joe, huh? I know. I'm just showing you, man. All of this stuff goes together. They've been controlling Hollywood the whole time. They've been controlling the industry the whole time. Yeah, you always hear about Sony Records, Sony this and that, Sony this and that. Who the hell is Sony? Sony is overseas. I could have sworn Sony was China, Japan, something like that. So the whole time, foreign entities had their hands in America pot the whole time. Every celebrity that blew, all you got to know is a foreign entity that made money off all that shit. That's why they've been winning. They control our airwaves. They've been beating us in our household because they understand to win the war, you got to win over the household. Haha, but y'all thought it was from guns and bullets. No. Each household they destroyed, they was destroying America piece by piece, brick by brick by brick. That's why to this day, your family is separated. There's no more strength, no more unity, and it's no more community because your community has been destroyed piece by piece, piece by piece, in a slick eternal warfare called entertainment. Use music as a weapon, use film as a weapon, use every image as a weapon against them. And we will use all of this, put millions and billions of dollars into these programs to keep them defeated. And they didn't have to bust not one damn shot. They all let them bust, they all let them kill each other. This is a game they played. This is what they put together. This is called warfare. I told y'all that. It's so many people got their hands in it. You'd be surprised on who actually got their hands in it. And yeah, another thing is the Platinum Jubilee. The celebration of the Queen is going to take place tomorrow. And she is celebrating, if I'm not mistaken, she is celebrating 72 years on the throne. That's how long the Queen been in power. And as you see people like her don't just pass away on the mysterious causes, still living. But my point is, the powers that be is always going to be the powers that be. The people you see ain't nobody. That's just how it works. But that's that on that. But my point is, it was the program put in place at the 90s that eventually, in the long run, broke all the O.G.s. So that's why most O.G.s are broken souls or they hypocrites, and only a small few of O.G.s still stand on what they was told to stand on from day one. Sticking to the script, not forgetting the principles and morals that was installed in them as little kids. They are still holding and keeping the tradition going. That's only a small few, but most people have either sold out, fell off, due to being aware they stuck in the past, they're not caught up in the time, they don't know how to move, dropped the ball, and many other reasons why they failed. But it was programs in place. My point is, everything I told you, every generation, they do the same thing. They put up a 30-year plan together for each generation on how to destroy them. So by the time the ones that do make it get to a certain age, they won't even be no influence to the up-and-coming generation. And they've been following this blueprint for years. Because remember, they have patience. They know how to put something into play and wait 10, 20, 30 years for it to play out. We impatient, so we can't stick to no script. We get bored, we go astray. They will put something into play for 20, 30, 40 years and sit back and let it play out. That's what they do. So guess what? The generation now that's young, teenagers, 20 years from now, the future generation, they're going to listen to them. That's how it works. That's how they play the game. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do it. Politics. Remember, when you conquer people, you got to keep them conquered. So how you keep them conquered is you dictate their everyday life. You pick and choose and control all of their options. When you control their options, you control the people. So every day your options are being controlled, or if they're not being controlled, you're manipulated against your options. And that's why you don't understand how to make the right choice. Remember, last week I was speaking about multiple choice. Your every day of life, you're given multiple choice, but some people will never see the answer. Some people will always pick the wrong answer. Sometimes the answer ain't even there because there's none of the above. But this is how they play with your life every single day. That's how you keep a conquered people conquered. You control their options and they thinking. So even when they think they're making the right choice, they still have a controlled thought. When they think they're picking somebody greater or better, they're really picking the lesser evil. Do you get the game? This is what goes on, man. This is how the country is won. The wars are not one with bullets. The bullet in the gun is to make you think you got power and to make you think you straight and you a solid American. Anybody can't fade you. That's the trick. Meanwhile, they killing your ass so many different ways. You don't even see it. That's the real game. That's the real war. And that's just my opinion. So don't take my word for it. Now, I was talking about Shanghai, China. Now, Shanghai is a very big city, but they have 25 million people in Shanghai, China. Now, Shanghai has been locked down 2 months. Nobody in the city has been, they had 25 million people locked down. Nobody was able to move, do nothing. But this had a trickling effect. See, we dealing with that Tesla technology, that Tesla car. A lot of people don't know that one of Elon Musk's biggest warehouses is in Shanghai, China. Guess what else comes from Shanghai, China that you love? Your iPhone. But my point is, let me get back to Tesla. Just so happened, Tesla has a warehouse in Shanghai, China. They've been locked down from C-19 for 2 months. Just so happened, Tesla had a warehouse in Buffalo where the mass shooting happened at. We've been hearing about Tesla. We've been hearing about Elon Musk. Then we hear about Elon Musk buying Twitter. Then we hear about his stocks dropping. Then I heard about he put his own money in to make the stocks go up. But my whole point is, everybody is saying all of this that Shanghai lockdown, where most of our stuff come from, they saying this is the recipe for the inflation that's going to be on us. Now this the update. Before they said the inflation was going to be for a little while. Now they are saying the inflation that we are experiencing is not only going to get worse, they are saying it's going to be for a couple of years. So you got to peep how they just slipped that in there. They are saying it's going to happen for this. This is going to go on for a couple of years as it gets worse. So now people that listen to me understand why I've been telling people certain things. Because when you study the future, you can already see what's about to happen because you can learn from the past too. So they are saying what we're dealing with is going to get worse. And if you don't believe it, all you got to do is follow the money trail. Now, boom, if half the products we get come from overseas is backed up, and overseas is at war, what that mean? Everything goes up. And I already told you that America been getting most of their products from other countries, and other countries don't really get nothing from here like they used to. We are the ones at other people's mercy. So I told you, this is my opinion. In these last days, they are going to take a lot of people out through finances, financial crisis. We can catch more bodies by keeping them poor. They'll take themselves out. If we just finesse these finances and if we boost the prices and cut the money, that's how we're going to win this in a couple more years. If we got a nice percentage of them on drugs, we already got a nice percentage of them with a criminal background. Then we got the other half lazy. They don't want to do shit. They want to be street people. And meanwhile, while we doing all this, we flash all the fly material things of this world in their face. And meanwhile, the shit they need every day, we're going to just keep boosting that up. What's what you need? Power for your crib, food, gas for your car. All the shit you need going to skyrocket. It is already happening. And meanwhile, your living conditions are going to get worse. What else we going to raise? We're going to raise their rent. We're going to jack everything. We're going to kill them with the money. We're going to take finances and turn it into the biggest weapon you ever seen. And the banks got the guns cocked and loaded. This is the new warfare. So that's why I've been telling people for months, get your shit together. But guess what? Everybody ain't going to listen. And that's on you. Because I told you ain't going to escape this one right here. They finally figured out a way to conquer a particular people without busting one shot. And it's called, we're going to take everything you love, and then everything you need, we're going to flip that against you. And now you got to figure this one out. And they said it's going to go on for a couple of years. So just think, what you see now, guess what? It ain't going to stop, and it's going to get worse. Because remember, I told you, they did the experiment already. What happens? When you cut off an animal's food supply, what the animals do? The animals start eating each other. That's what they do. So now that we broke these people down into animals, we're going to take everything away from them and let them eat each other. That's what you see now. That's why I told you it's a lot of people that's fucking vampires right now. They are waiting to drink your blood. Some call it eat your food. This is a behavior that has been embedded in the people's brain. So it's just a matter of time for everybody to start biting each other's head off. That's what you see called home invasion. That's what's called carjacking. That's what's called a robbery. It's already going down. It's already going down. That's why you see everybody with a little bit of sense is trying to save their own ass. And they're not trying to mess up their little meal ticket they got coming in. Because a lot of the people in certain levels, they know this their last meal ticket. They know they ain't going to get no more money after this. And they know they got to make it a couple years through the storm. They already know. See, the people that's in power, the elite, the entertainers that you love, a lot of them already know what's about to happen to you. So they getting their family ready and getting their life in order, and they getting prepared for this storm that might be a couple of years and hoping their ass don't fall off. So that's why you see Monique and DL Hewley beefing over headliner, because they want to get the most money. They're beefing over money because they want to be straight. They want to make it through what's about to come, because a lot of them already know. They just under oath not to tell your ass. And the secret that's being spoken is the next couple years is about to get wicked. So, like I told you, that's why it's getting harder and harder for me to come on every day, right? Because I got to break bogus stories. Look, this is how you know. Look, I'm going to show you how the pattern, man. When you start seeing people like Blueface trending, and you start seeing lame ass people trending like Soulja Boy again, that's when you know shit is getting real. And this is why I be trying to tell y'all, right? I know shit is real, and I know it's getting realer. So it's harder for me to come on every day and just be up here playing and talk about nonsense when I know what's happening. And I understand there's a lot of people looking for comfort. They looking for answers, and they looking for, a way to make it through. But I'm here to tell you, this one ain't going to be easy. You did? And if somebody tell you they lying. And I'm not dealing with no damn fear factor trying to scare nobody. I'm telling you what it is. So guess what? You actually could do something. And you won't be like the last generations of us that didn't know, because we kept saying we ain't know. Now you know what you're going to do. Because guess what? The way they already got it set up. Now, a lot of people have children. A lot of people have kids up and coming. They already got it set up where they're already going to take your kids from you. And I ain't talking about physically take your kids. I'm talking about take your kids when your kids get to an age that they don't listen to nothing you say. You're irrelevant to them. Because that's what it's all about. And they know for a fact the way they got it set up now, your kids are not going to be able to make it in life in the future. And that's only due to one fact, that they're not going to have no more principles, morals, or nothing of truth embedded into them. All they're going to know is the era they're growing up in now. That is the difference. They already know they got your future. The same way I was watching something the other day where these particular parents were being threatened to be locked up in federal custody because they was going against the criteria of what the schools are teaching. Why you think certain things can be taught to your children? You can't do nothing about it. I'm talking about public school. Right now, they can teach your kid anything. Why you think they was able to teach your kids about gender before you? Because they want your kids. And they got certain things in place now. If you're a parent that go up to the school, deranged, you're sick, and you not even sick or deranged, you might go up to the school because you ain't feeling what they're talking about. If you conducting yourself a certain way, now they can say you a threat to the school. You might be a damn mass shooter. But my point is this: if you go against the school criteria, now they can try to say that's an anti-patriotic act. And it's people that was threatened to be locked up in federal custody all because they wasn't going with the criteria and the school agendas of how they want to teach people kids. Like, remember, they took out the Pledge of Allegiance. See, it's certain things they took out of the school and put certain things in. Took out Pledge of Allegiance, put in what? Put in what? What was they teaching your kids the past couple of years? I could have sworn they was teaching about gender, right? All right. Took out the pledge, put in the gender. And if you got something to say, you got a problem with it, they got certain things in place where they're going to deal with your ass. The same way what? They promoted what? If you discipline your child, your ass could be locked up. See? Everything for you to be a good parent is certain things in place so you won't be a good parent. Therefore, they control your kids and they're going to tell your kids what they're going to do and what they can't do. That's how it works. They're already planning to snatch your fucking kids. Actually, they already got them. And guess what? This might sound wicked. It might sound foul, but I'm going to speak my opinion. Right now, at this point, I'm being real. This is my opinion. The more kids we have now, they are planning on, these are basically kids they plan on recruiting for their army in the future. These are the kids they want under their rulership in the future. The more kids we have is actually now going to be the pawns that they use in the new world. Because they already got a plan to take them from you. And what I mean by taking from you, I'm saying whatever you got planned for your child, whatever you planning to be, whatever you training them to be, they already got a plan to make them opposite of everything you're trying to put in them right now. This is part of the new warfare. I'm telling you what it is. It's my opinion. This is why a lot of people in America are pissed that know what's going on. The people that seen the country go through these transitions, and they say now we're like a foreign country now. These are the so-called Americans. You heard about the baby boomers and all these different generations. They put names on to separate us all. One damn people, but they put names on. Oh, that's Generation X. Oh, that's Generation Z. Oh, those are millennials. All this dumb shit. But all that is to keep you distracted while they keep playing the same damn game. I'm trying to tell you what's going on, man. But that's what it is. So inflation is going up, but they said it's going to be for a couple of years. We're dealing with this because remember, I already broke down the electric cars and all that. Told you by 2026, cars will be mandated electric. Each year, by a certain bracket, like the first quota they got to meet is they have to produce basically 30% of America's cars have to be electric. Then by 2026, I think 60% of cars in America are supposed to be electric. Then by 2030, they said by 2030, all cars will have to be electric. So when you see the gas going up little by little by little, what's actually going on, in my opinion, is they getting their last cash out on gas. And at the same time, pushing your ass to jump in an electric car. The electric car is going to be one with you. You're going to be part of that electric car because it's not going to operate without you. The way they got it set up for the new cars, I told you, if your ass got one smell of lick on your breath, that shit ain't going to start up. Your speed, all that's going to be detected. Wherever you went at, travel that, all that's going to be in the database. The shit you talk about in the damn car is going to be in a database. A lot of y'all already trained to hook your phone up. Your whole phone record in the database. Your whole search engine, Google, all that is going to be connected to your car. And all this is going to eventually be mandatory. And they're going to make it so easy and sweet, you're going to easily comply with it. And that car you got now, some of y'all got loans and leases. By the time you pay that shit off, that shit going to be obsolete. And they're going to go everything electric. They already got it in stone. They already told you what they're going to do. So it's no coincidence why gas is going up constantly. Each day, gas is breaking a new record. I just told you about the damn electric cars. Where do you think all electric cars being made at? A large percentage of them are being made in China overseas. So once again, they got us by the balls. Everything with the new technology, guess where the new technology coming from? It ain't coming from America. This is how a lot of people are going to be slaves for technology. Because the technology, you ain't going to have no control over it. You just going to be a consumer. Like you got the iPhone, and it's much more going to keep coming out. So all of this is programs that are put into play, and it's working, and it's certain people down with it. Well, just speaking on politics, I don't know much. I could have sworn they said that Trump was down with Russia. But I could have also sworn I heard that Joe was down with China. The Clintons, I could have sworn I heard they was down with China. Or do business, a lot of business with China. I don't know. But I do know for a fact a lot of these politicians have dealings with these people overseas. Heavy ties. And my point is, they're already making it where you don't have no control of your child. A lot of people don't have control over their children right now. So all you got to do is imagine how it's going to be in a couple more years. We know many of us was told to do the right thing. We was taught to do everything right. Our parents told us, and what we did. We got to certain ages, and we went against our parents. A lot of us, they did so much good for us, and we just totally flipped on them. A lot of us, we did. We flipped. We did what we want to do. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Well, guess what? How you going to feel when your kid do that to you? Your kid going to get to an age, they're going to flip on you. Because that's how America got it set up. Where your kids eventually rebel on your ass. Every generation did the same exact thing. But this inflation is real, and you know how to touch on it before I get out of here, because it is very serious. And people that sleep or live in a certain lifestyle, you don't understand it because, you know, you're just a zombie right now. You don't understand. You're not in a modern day world. So these things don't affect you because you don't have nothing going on. But in my opinion, finances is going to be the biggest weapon they're about to use. So when you hear weapons of mass destruction, when you see inflation, that is a weapon of mass destruction. That's all you got to know. You can figure the rest out on your own. Also, to touch on this story before I get out of here, is bed bugs have been found crawling on New York City subway seats. This is something I studied a couple years ago, and I said in my mind, in my opinion, is people purposely going around releasing these bed bugs. Y'all remember that bed bug situation that happened a couple years ago, about 10 years? Y'all remember New York had it bad, Jersey, a lot of places. All over just popping up with these bed bugs. Well, guess what? In my opinion, that's another warfare they use. In my opinion, like I told you, I think they purposely go to certain neighborhoods, unleash the rats, unleash the mice that they make in labs, pregnant mice they let loose in the hood. That's my opinion. And they do the same thing with bed bugs. I think, in my opinion, they get certain people to go out here and unleash bed bugs and certain things in certain neighborhoods and certain places to create infestations. And for those that don't know, a summer of bed bugs is hell. People that had to get rid of their whole crib because of bed bugs. But this is what's going on a subway train. So anytime you see bed bugs on a train, that means they came from a mass breed of bed bugs. And yes, somebody could have transported them in their clothes. Because remember, that's how I go. You got somebody with bed bugs come to your crib, and that shit get right in your house. Because it's from their house. That's how bed bugs bust move. And remember, when somebody got so many goddamn bed bugs, they be in places they don't even know. Them niggas be in bags, they be everywhere. And once they get in your furniture, it's a wrap. You got to get rid of everything. Or you got to fumigate the whole crib. You got to get rid of everything. Remember all the hotels that had infestations of bed bugs? Everywhere got infested a couple years ago. So when I see they saying they on a train, a lot of them, that just let me know it might be another unleash of bed bugs. So there you have it. Other than that, I'm about to get out of here. And like I said, right, I spoke on Soulja Boy. And Soulja Boy said the O.G.s let the younger generation down within the rap game. And I understand what he's saying. And I notice every time a lot of these young rappers get a chance to take a shot at old rappers, they do. Because a lot of these younger rappers, they're actually still doing better than a lot of these older rappers. A lot of these older rappers are long gone. That's why you see a lot of them selling out now. But these young rappers, they've been in position because some of them actually made the right moves and they learned the hard way. And I went into a whole breakdown of how the older generation, the younger generation will always go through it. And it's part of another plan. But that's what Soulja Boy said. The O.G.s didn't put the young ones under the wing and school them and teach them correctly. And I'm gonna speak. Some older people feel like young heads is stupid, don't listen, hard-headed, and that discourages some O.G.s from dealing with younger people. But sometimes it's just hate, old against the young. That's it. I also spoke on Deshaun Watson, how a 23rd female has came out, another massage therapist came out and is suing Deshaun Watson. And she said after she watched the HBO special on the quarterback, I told y'all it's a special on HBO right now dealing with Deshaun Watson, of 22 women that accused him of sexual deviancy, basically being nasty while getting massages, making offerings to women, and 22 women are suing him. Now, mind you, he's not in court. He's being sued. He's not in criminal court. He's in civil court being sued by 22 women, and now a 23rd woman has hopped on the bandwagon. And in Deshaun's defense, his lawyers say he's innocent. But this one woman says she was rubbed the wrong way when she seen how Deshaun Watson was being so nonchalant. And she got pissed when his lawyer kept calling these women liars. And a lot of women and a lot of people in general feel a certain way because Deshaun Watson just got granted damn near $200 million. And he's about to start for the Cleveland Browns coming in September. And a lot of people feel like he's actually being rewarded for his bad behavior. But I will say it is no proof, and these are not facts, but 23 allegations is a lot of goddamn fighting. And like I said earlier, if he would not have kept going to these same massage parlors, his ass would not be in this situation. And once again, in my opinion, his appetite to get rubbed on by a therapist is the same appetite that got his ass being sued by 23 women. And I told you, it's called appetite for destruction for a reason. Your appetite is what will destroy your ass if you don't have no discipline. The things you love, chase, live, and die for will be the same things that take your ass out of here if you don't have no discipline. So there you have it. And then on the other token, Deshaun Watson really could be a weirdo that likes to have his way with women. People with money and power, they get off by using their power on you. And they don't like to be told no. So I do understand when a person got power and you tell them no. And they don't like to deal with rejection because they used to people dropping dead for them, doing whatever they ask, snapping their fingers. People say, ha ha. They're used to that. So when you say no or you reject them, they do feel a certain way about that. Because it's about power. Yes, a lot of times these celebrities can have any woman they want. They can pay for any woman they want. Sometimes that ain't what they want. They want you. They want you and yours. Because that's what they get off at. Making people in a normal life that would say no, won't do it, making that person do something they never thought they would do. That's what people like the power of money for. Some people, and I told you earlier that people are turning cold and to animalistic behavior due to the lack of heart. The heart is what separates a regular human being from an animal. So when a person is an animal, sometimes the more money they have, they're just going to display more animal behavior. And I'm not saying Deshaun Watson is an animal, but I'm just saying, if you couldn't stay out of these massage therapists and you were coming at these women about sexual activity, then nigga, you an animal. And you might have been a serial massage therapist finesser. Meaning you just couldn't stay your ass out of goddamn spas and shit. And that's Deshaun Watson. And I'm gonna check out the special. I'm gonna see how far this goes. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen to him. Because the NFL is acting like nothing ain't going on, everything is regular, but they could be lining his ass up, and the NFL could be the ones that pulled all these women out. We don't know that. And they might be just saving him. They might be setting a big ass stage and keeping NFL promoted throughout the summer. Then when it's time for this nigga to start, he get jacked up and sued to death and cut from the team. We don't know. But that's it on that. Also, I spoke about the other NFL player, Jeffrey Gladney, Arizona Cardinal, first-round draft pick, killed himself and his girlfriend in an accident Monday morning, flipped the car over. First, they hit another car with two people in it, hit that car, ran into a pole, then flipped into the ditch. And the person that they hit, the two people in the car he hit, they perfectly fine. They straight. But he is dead and his girlfriend is dead. They found them in a white car flipped upside down. Another NFL player, and I told you earlier, the NFL stands for not for long. Unless you're Tom Brady. And I also spoke on the elderly woman that was shot going to the graduation. 2 men were shot, a third woman, 2 men were shot, a woman, an elderly woman got shot, and later she died at the hospital from her wounds. All because some niggas pulled up at a graduation in the parking lot and shot up the parking lot. And this happened in New Orleans at Xavier University in Louisiana. And it was actually for a smaller college. It was for Morris Jeff, which is a community college. The smaller college had the graduation at the bigger college, and an older woman died at a damn graduation. I spoke about that earlier. I went into a whole breakdown on how America is just being flipped upside down. And there's nothing you can do about it. Only thing you could do is mind your business, worry about you and yours, and do what you got to do. That's it. Anybody come telling you they coming to save the world or saving people, they lying. People could barely save their own ass. Every day I got to fight to keep my life in order. My life going the way I want it to go. This ain't no joke. So I be damn if I'm gonna get on here and act like I got the answers for everybody, because I don't. I'm out here trying to save my own ass. And while I'm doing that, I'm dealing equally with my people, and I'm telling you to do the same. That's the remedy. That's it. I'm just gonna tell you what I do. You take it or leave it. Y'all know all my slogans. But anybody acting like they coming to save you and they got the answers, they ain't gonna do shit. Because half of them don't even know what's going on in their damn self. That's it. We live in a time of zombies, sleepwalkers, night walkers, day walkers, vampires, dig, and wild, untamed beasts. They just got on regular clothes, and some of them look nice. You know, some would say they handsome. Some would say they bad. They look good, but no, it's different entities walking around right now. That's it. But they ain't who you think they are. That's what us and all that. That's what all these movies was about. They trying to tell you, man. That's it. Other than that, I'm about to get out of here. And I think I touched up on everything. Back also with Master P's daughter, they said that she might have died from fentanyl, and they're trying to find a drug dealer that she got it from. Also, Master P said his daughter has been fighting since 2015. So she's been fighting for 7 years, which gives us more proof that your dad or your family member could be very, very rich and you still could die hopeless. Because I told you that money don't buy peace of mind. Money don't buy nothing. When I say nothing, is the stuff you buy with money actually don't have no real effect on your life. The stuff you buy with money just actually pacifiers and toys. That's it. It's really nothing. That's why I said the best things in life are really free. That's it. Other than that, man, I touched on everything, and I'm about to go. Episode 186. We all at. What up, Alan? Always here from the UK, from start to finish. Always. Royce Madison, O.G.s Circle Gang, what's popping? What up? What's up, family? I see the family is definitely here, always here. I gotta holler at y'all. What's up, Sassy? I see you up in here. Sassy on the grind all the time. Thomas Reese, what up, Tom? What up, bro? What's good? Little Twerker, what's up? Little Twerker, always up in here. What's up, Little Twerker? What's up, Shay? Huey the Guard, I see y'all. What's up? Y'all already know how I do. I'm going to keep it simple today. Who up in here? Yeah. Afeni told Tupac the industry will give you the tools to destroy yourself. Very, very, very good. Very good statement. Very important that you brought it up right now. That's how they do in America, period. They give you the tools you need to destroy yourself. That's it. Now, if you don't know how to use them, that's on you. Because remember, everything comes with a manual. But we don't read the manual. When you get a deal, it's called what? A contract. We don't read the contract and talk about, I got jerked. He jerked me. They took my money. You didn't read the manual. Everything has a fucking manual to it. But when you don't read the manual, you're not going to be successful. What they say, you got to know the ins and the outs, and you got to know the outs and the ins. You got to know a whole lot before you think you know something. Because it's easy to get your ass into something, but it's definitely 3 times harder to get your ass out of that. That goes for relationships. That goes for a lot of stuff. Is it not easy to get into a relationship? And is it not hard to get out? Did some people not get into a relationship and wish that was the thing they never did in their life? Niggas get divorced. You get everything taken from you, lose everything. But it was so easy to get married, wasn't it? But you ain't read the manual. You ain't know who you was with. You ain't really know. You just knew the surface. You ain't know the back end. Everything comes with an owner's manual. Tony X. Peace, Tony X. Natasha Jordan. Vlad Riot, always here. What's good? Who else say here? Salute to everybody that's been listening. Salute to everybody that tap in. Yeah, what's up? Wax Dog, what up? Always going hard for the bro. I appreciate that. Miss Jackie, good morning once again. Hopefully you're feeling good today, Miss Jackie. That's right. Some preschools in Springfield, they're teaching to poison these babies' minds, talking about demonic teaching for preschoolers. See? I've seen some other stuff I ain't going to speak on right now. Oh, yeah, this is also, you're going to see some more. This is Pride Month. We in Pride Month. So you're going to see some things. It's Pride Month. A lot of y'all out here playing. You need to go ahead and come out the closet. Come out. Get down with your family. It's Pride Month. Miss Jones. Spot on. This baby formula that's coming in from other countries today should not be ignored either. Exactly. And we don't even know if they done conjured up a whole new baby formula to make your baby super slow when they get older. We don't know. You have no idea. But I do know one thing. The whole purpose is to dumb down the future generation. If we thought each generation got dumbed down, they try to make it with a generation now going to be the dumbest. That's their plan. So they'll be the dumbest generation. They just going to go with the flow. That's why they implement certain things right now they be adapted to. They're already teaching them about sexes and what's cool and what's not. And they already put certain things in them. It ain't cool to be disciplined. They got you scared to discipline your child. They got you scared. You know, they got people like Dwayne Wade putting his child on Front Street, you know, exploiting their children. That's another thing. A lot of people exploiting their child, thinking it's normal. No, it's not. But I'm not going to get into that. Everything that you think is normal was taught, and it's not normal. That's all I'm going to tell you. Everybody don't see life through the same lens as you. That's where you always mess up at. You think everybody is the same as you. You always think what somebody else won't do, what they ain't going to do, what they not going to do. But then when they do it, you be surprised, you be stuck, and you be lost because you ain't think it could happen to you. That's how it works. Game Asylum, what's up? That's right. ATL in the building. Atlanta to New York. What up? All over. Shout out to the whole East Coast, down south, Midwest, and the West Coast, and overseas. Worldwide. Salute. Aaron Brown, what's good? Queen of Detroit, what's up, sis? Allah will. That's right. Same struggle. Pick a struggle. Pick one. Either you a fighter or you not. That's how this about to go down. Either you war ready or you not. That's how this about to go down. Complaining ain't gonna get you nowhere. Crying is not gonna get you nowhere. A lot of things ain't gonna get you nowhere right now. So you can take it how you want to take it. That's right. Depopulation. That's right, bro. That's what they're doing. Every day they're keeping the score, you know? And guess what? We not putting no real points on the scoreboard. But every day they putting points on the scoreboard. They keeping score every day. They keeping a tally. Y'all know that. Every day. That's why they got all these epidemics. Because the epidemic is about numbers. You heard about the pandemic, what they say. Now they told you 1 million people. They told you about the overdose epidemic. They say so far 150,000 died and more died. Those about numbers. Each epidemic represent numbers. That means they're keeping a score. And later on, those numbers get put in the scorebook. Meanwhile, you're not producing and we not getting nothing done, so we ain't putting no points on the board. That's how we lose it. And that is depopulation. Because remember, depopulation is not only killing you, depopulation is making where your ass ain't effective. Where you ain't effective in population. You're not a factor. That is depopulation. You're not a factor. You can't even do nothing. You're around, but you can't even do nothing. So you don't even count. That's how they work. Teaching the babies to be fluid instead of solid. That's right. That's what they do. Be fluid. Yeah, go with the flow. Be down with everything. Everything is good. Not be solid. No, I ain't doing that. No, that's not right. See, they don't want you to do. They want you to be fluid. Oh, it's okay. Yeah. Other than that, man, I'm about to get out of here. Episode 183. Pardon me, 186. I'm thinking about something else. Episode 186, man. I'm about to get out of here. Salute to all y'all for pulling up. Hopefully, y'all caught some jewels. Y'all caught something. And, I'll be back again tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's a fact. Guess what? That's deep what you said, Shay. Back in the day, they did try to exterminate. Oh, I will say they did. Yeah, it was a campaign against gay people back in the day, in the Studio 54 days and all of that. And guess what? Them days might come back again. Because what go around, come around. So that's just how America worked. Yeah, it might be a time they popular now, but they was popular. It was a time they made an uprising in the 70s too. The late 70s, early 80s, they made an uprising and made a name for themselves and was trending. But then what happened? They found a way to shut their ass up. And God forbid that might happen again. I ain't promoting it. I'm just saying, if that come back around again, they gonna have it bad. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it works. In America, everybody gets attacked, all right? The family gets attacked, the man gets attacked, the woman gets attacked. Everybody gets their share of attacks. Appreciate that, Terry. Salute. Thank y'all for pulling up. The information always gonna keep spilling out because it's coming out left and right. But y'all stay in tune, like I said. I love the way y'all be vibing in the chat. I love the way the people be, you know what I'm saying, exchanging the information. Other than that, that's what it is. Each one teach one, care one, share one. You hear me? Other than that, enjoy your day. I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all stay in tune, stay on point, stay away from these demons. And with that, I'm out. That's it. One.